Good evening, people of the world, and if you're a person, you most definitely need water. But you need fresh water, because if you drank salt water, it wouldn't be really healthy, because there's salt and other nutrients and chemicals and molecules in there. So, to get fresh water, you might think it's easy, as Earth is 70% water. Well, most of that's salt water, leaving only 3% of all the water in the world to be fresh. And just about all of that water is in ice locked up in the North and South Poles. So that leaves 0.007% of water left for drinking. That is not a lot of water in count to the world, but the world's very big, so it should be enough for around the people, right? Well, it is, but we're not using it right. To show this, here is a city boy right here. He has a pair of jeans and eating a hamburger and gets high income. He gets high income because he lives in a developed country that gets a substantial amount of money, and water is at a low price because he could just ordinarily go to a water fountain and just get fresh water. As income is high, water goes lower. Meanwhile, this guy has to walk just about, say, 50 miles away from his home, go to a well, get 50 pounds of water, put it on top of their heads, walk back to their home, and that's the water that will feed their families. What is happening between the differences is water scarcity. Water scarcity is the limited and wasting of water. Since water is very going to be used and wasted. For example, the hamburger the city boy is using takes 1,440 gallons of water, and the jeans take 2,990 gallons of water. And the person alone uses up to 100 to 170 gallons of water per day. This guy, who has to walk all the way home to his families, has to use about 5 gallons per family, which is a very substantial amount of difference because of the economy. As where he comes from, the economy is lower because he always has to make farm, so he uses his water for agriculture, and he gets very low income. So water prices are always going to be high because he lives in a developing country, meaning that the country is not really developed and it doesn't really have a set of laws and it's just brand new. So we're at the point where water is being very, very scarce in those countries, and there are numerous reasons. One reason is political differences, because if you live in the Middle East, some countries have built dams in an important river system to other countries, making those rivers dry. So the people there will have to buy water or make it themselves by drying up salt water. Another factor to water scarcity would be about the wasting of water, as many people waste water, even though people live in water suppressed zones made by the government so that water won't be wasted. Because water is often used for things to just get just right for industry. So, to show even more of the difference, people who live in an area with a lot of water but isn't really sanitized will have to drink from it and normally die from disease. Their crops and produce gets infected, and children normally die substantially amount every year by drinking water, as water infected is the largest disease spread. So how do you stop this? Well, you could donate money right here to an organization just to build wells or sanitation factories like this, just to make water for this person, so this person can get water easily. Plus, you could also restrict using water, and remember to support other organizations like WHO, World Health Organization, trying to find a way to prevent water from being spread by disease. or American Water Society, which is being used to find the purity of water and how it is.